Hey, it's Pam, and you're watching Amazikeen, Pam's version. Today, Mazikeen and I are going to the MIA, as in Minneapolis Institute of Art. Mazikeen and I are going to be walking you guys through one of the world's largest ancient Asian furniture collections.
Thank you.
This was brought in piece by piece, floor tiles and all, from China.
For pause cool because the cement temperatures 30% or 30 degrees higher than the outside temp, so it's 110 degrees on the pavement right now.
I never thought about that.
Yep, so same reason we would wear our shoes is the same reason they wear their shoes.
Yeah. Where did you find them online?
Yeah. These are ones that I have on my TikTok shop, but they're Wagwear makes a pair. This one's called the Jollier Design. I like them because they have a thicker sole, and so even if the pavement's really hot, there's more plastic between the paws.
I might have to look into them for my cup.
Back to the ancient Asian artifacts and history. A contemporary art that tells the history of China through symbolism, emotion, and art blended together to tell tragic and or happy stories are tales of what someone in any type of trade may have looked like. It's super educational, super well done, and one of the first things you're going to see walking into the exhibits. Purchased from China and shipped in from China, these were purchased in 1992 through 1998. This most likely was a temple gate or a ceremonial
I wonder what
gate.
those words
No
say.
detail was overlooked. This still contains the deep
wow,
Dugan
that's
brackets,
you wouldn't even see
aged
that if you weren't
darkwood,
looking for
and
it.
natural patina. Next, we're headed to go look at ancient burial
that was like a
tomb
horse's tail
relics.
when you first came in,
These
like the
were
horses were
thought
backwards,
to
and I'm
be
like, oh,
kept
look, horse
in
backs.
the
And then I had to,
tomb
like, look
so
at my
that
phone more.
the wealthy person within these tombs might have servants in the afterlife. In 618 to 907, the camels were treasured in reliability in transporting people and trade merchandise through the deserts. The bodies were laid in elaborate stone caskets. This is of a prince, but look at all the hand carved detail that has gone into this casket. It is as old as years 300 to 500. This is the sarcophagus of Prince Young Mi. It's dated year 524 and contains his eulogy. The prince was the son of Emperor Zaiwen, who ruled China from the years 466 to 470. The images carved give a glimpse into ancient China, the appearance of what people used to wear, all the way into the religion, culture, and beliefs. These elaborate pieces of history became incredibly popular in noble families in the 6th century, all carved into black limestone. It was common belief that there was resurrection after death and that the noble men and women would need servants and guardians to protect them. The gallery really paints the picture of life in the ancient Asian times through numerous dynasties and cultural differences and even some evolution. There is guesstimates that there could be up to 180 artifacts on exhibit at any one time. The culture is showcased. This is a mask that was made of the ancient noble person's face so that they might always remember their human form. The details truly mattered most. These are from the 14th and 16th century from a shipwreck. This porcelain was intended for global export. The world's largest trove of this blue and white porcelain is known from a shipwreck in the 14th century or 1752. Either way, pretty old.
Now, I guess if you
Details
really
were
needed the
still
big mixing
deeply
bowl, they got you
ingrained
covered.
within the culture, and many of the ceramics found in the museum depict life and or ancient symbolism. These are from the 17th century. At that point, China is already doing global exporting. Many went to wealthy Swedish
Yeah, that was for
customers.
silks,
This
teas,
Swedish
spices, and porcelain.
banknote
Wealthy
art
Swedish
was created in
Consumers were among the first in Europe to
1762.
order
They
porcelain
sent the
customized
artist
with
a
coats of
banknote
arms,
and
portraits
said,
of
"Make me a
Scandinavian
bowl," and
landscapes.
this is what the artist was
Sources
able
for
to
these
create.
decorations were
During
sent
this
to
time,
China
Sweden
in the
faced
forms of
economic
drawings and
upheaval
stuff.
due to its participation in the Seven Years' War. 17th century artists were taking a 2D piece of paper and turning it into 3D art. Made of jade, these are from the 11th through the 21st century. Yep, smack dab during the Bronze Age. Jade was used by the upper class society for ritual objects and private ceremonies. From religious blades to stylized jade figurines that could possibly reflect a person's status and wealth. These are from the late Zhou dynasty. They date back to the 3rd and 7th
I'm putting
century BC and were funeral jades and ornamental jades of that time period, still preserved now encapsulated in history forever. They not only preserve spices and wines and special drinks and herbs in these tombs and in their culture, but the canisters that they are made from are works of art and history as well. These may have been used in funeral tombs, or they may have been part of wedding ceremonies. They could have been used for both. For me, it's the consistency and the importance on
Well, I asked
hand
Anna, who's the
quality
CEO, and she was
craftsmanship
like, yeah, it was cheaper to
and
send it to you than go back to China.
detail. These
was like,
even
"Gee, thanks. I still have to
explain
do something
the
with it all."
religion periods, such as Taoism, found in the 17th and 18th century. This wasn't pottery. This was made of jade and ivory. I was drawn to this 18th century porcelain bottle. This is truly an imported ancient scholar's study, or Wenfang. This is from the 13th to 16th century during the Ming dynasty. Ming design had an emphasis on minimalism. They even have some ancient musical instruments, really showcasing what fun might have looked like or leisure, bringing to life a reception hall from the Qing or Ming dynasty where they would receive their guests. They displayed their most prominent objects, they held their formal socializations here, and even performed ancient ceremonies in this space. This hall has a lot of Ming design, which were straight lines, minimal carving, and balanced proportions. A polar opposite to the scholar's study, this was the public room of the house. Details still
Now, the
matter
dresser,
a
on the other hand,
significant amount.
those
You'll
are
still
cool.
see carvings, you'll still
But do
see
they-
depictions. It was just minimal and very intentional. You still get an idea of how popular darkwood was and metal hinges and clasp. From late imperial China, this is an ancient noblewoman's bedroom. A raised platform bed was considered luxurious. They were a status display of a family's lineage. Even the motifs were intentional, such as dragons and phoenixes for marital bliss and harmony. Japanese culture is also encaptured here. This is a Japanese samurai warrior, popular from the 1600s through the 1800s. This is from the Edo period and was a time of peace. The focus was more detailed and decorative. And they also had a huge belief on detailism and even worked in religious beliefs and symbolism with nature into their culture as well. That gold lotus actually stands for this warrior having spiritual authority and military power, not somebody you wanted to cross. Now meet the Hindu deity known as Shiva, who rides on a very important bull named Nandi, who was the scarce mount of this deity. Shiva's multiple arms symbolized divine power, and even the pose on which he is sitting symbolizes cosmic control. Make sure to subscribe as we will continue exploring the Mia Art Museum. Until next time.